have a little story to share about this photo. I took this photo after an audition, and it was inspired by the term chestnut face. Uh, this was, gosh, when was this exactly? This would have been several years ago. And I don't know if you can't tell, yeah, several years ago. My body is definitely not quite exactly exactly as it was. Um, Really quick side note, if you have moles on your body like I do, please go get your skin checked once a year. I recently did and had them all removed because it was suspicious. And I'm really glad that they removed it because yeah, it was not a good prognosis on what they removed. So yeah, that public service announcement aside, I took this photo after an audition, and I'm not going to name who the casting director was or who the director and producers and what the product was or what the brand that the commercial was for. It was for a commercial audition that I went to here in the cities. And yeah, it was one of those auditions where they have you go in. It reminds me a lot of like a model call, but they had me go in and they had me, you stand up in front, there's bright lights, there's a camera there, I knew the casting director. So this isn't like a skeezy, sleazy situation in a certain way. Like it is a legit brand that is casting for a commercial in which they needed the actor to be shirtless. Great, cool. I've done many, many roles in commercials and also in movies where I am way more naked than just taking my shirt off. I mean, yes, if you go look around online, you will find me buck ass naked. There's a few horror movies, especially. And so specifically for this audition, though, they had me go in, take my shirt off. The casting director takes a photo and then they turn the camera on and they had me do like a 360. There was a few lines. And what stands out to me though is one of the producers in the back leans over and he kind of announces to the room, he's like, chestnut face. And like he snickers, and then one of the other people kind of snickers. And uh, in that moment, I knew it was some sort of a jab, but I didn't really know what it meant. I did not know what chestnut face meant. So I, just smiled and grinned and we moved on. And I, you know, was thanks for coming, Paul. And I left and went out into the waiting room. Obviously, I put my shirt back on. I grabbed my phone and on my way to grab the bus, I, looked up chestnut face. And I do have the definition here because in the Urban Dictionary, chestnut face, it is a term referring to a man who has a hot body but has an ugly face. It's a play on the words it's a play on words implying the phrase chest, not face. It means his body's hot and his face isn't. At that moment, I did not feel good about myself. I took it like, oof, ouch, and mulled on it and kind of thought about it probably way, way more than I ought to have given credence to it. Uh, and I went home and I took this photo kind of as a representation of that feeling and that moment. Um, who I am now, not being quite such the people pleaser and really, really working against those people pleasing tendencies. Uh, I like to think that I would have asked in the moment, like, what does that mean? Obviously, somebody's snickering about this. Like, what? I don't know what chestnut face is. And just asking, like, so what does that mean? And let the person explain it to me. I'd like to think that's what I would have done or would do. Also, I'll point out the obvious power dynamic at play here. I am the lowly actor who's in the room, like, trying to get a job. You are the producer. There's a power imbalance here. And for you to be in this space and having performers and actors coming in and taking our shirts off and standing in front of you half naked and having you make a comment like that, wow. Wow. having seen the person and knowing what I know, like, I doubt that he would have been able to stand next to me and take his shirt off in front of everybody. Um, Maybe he would have, I don't know. But there's just something really, really icky in it. Hence, this image. So I also just want to add into like, it's unfortunate that the casting director in that time, in that moment too, allowed that to happen in that space. It was the casting director's office. That is a space for casting directors to make a space that is safe for actors. After thinking about this and sharing this, I'm like, yeah, uh, that isn't a situation that I would want myself in much more these days. Also, I would. How do I say this? I would have hoped for more from that casting director. Uh, yeah. All of that said, I just want to add in too. There have been casting directors that have been, oh my God, so amazing in regards to situations like this. Um, I'll share some more stories like this in later videos, but there's a specific one where there was a casting director that, oh, she came up to bat for me so hard when there was a director who was being just a dick, just a dick to me specifically and really insulting me. And I love it so much that she just was like, not on my watch. That is my expectation from casting directors now. And also that is my expectation for myself these days is to not be walked on and to not allow producers or people in power to belittle. So, yeah. Anyways, I was looking through my archives and I did come across this photo and that story kind of came back to light. Um, if anything is like this is happening to you, like where you've gotten some strange audition feedback or something, um, I really hope that you are able to stand up for yourself and, um, yeah, not be such a people pleaser like I was in that moment of just taking it. So, yeah. This actor's life of ours. Yeah, all the best to everyone that's watching. And yeah, I hope you have the day you deserve.